Hello everybody and welcome to our Friday night stream. Tonight we are going to be doing a game called, this is Portuguese, I think it's Coimbra, something like that. This is a game by, I'm going to let Lella pronounce the name since they're two Italians. Across the top there.
So Virginio Gigli and Flaminia Brassini.
Yeah. So
very good Italian names.
Her Italian's much better than mine. So this is the time of the Age of Discovery, and we're set in Portugal, and we are looking at the city of Coimbra. So the game is going to take place over 4 different rounds. As you see, Lella's playing red, I'm playing black. Each round is going to work exactly the same way, and it's nice it goes from A through F, and you go through the same steps every time. Thank you, Hans. Yes, I've been practicing my Coimbra. Coimbra. So we're going to be going through A through F each time. The first phase is going to be A, which is going to be just rolling the dice. B is player order, which is designated by our 2 markers here. So I'm going to be going first. Lella's going to be second. We're going to be picking 1 die. We're going to take a die. So let me put the dice over here. We're going to take a die. We're going to put it into our little die holders, and we're going to place it in one of these 4 sections here. We have the castle, we have the upper, middle, and lower parts of the city. We're going to be placing the dice with respect to what's already there. So because we're playing with 2 players, we already have some kind of predefined dice. We have 3, 2, 4, 3, and 5. Hold on for a second. Is that right? I think that's right. Did I mess the setup? Nope, that is correct. For the one at the top, the lowest is always going to go to the left. So if I place a 2 and Lella also placed, and then Lella placed, let's say, a 1, she'd place it here to the left of it. The 3 other ones, we're going to go from highest to lowest. So if I place a 2 and there's already a 2 here, mine's going to go to the right of the 2. If I placed a 3, or if I had a 3, it would go in between those like that. We're going to be drafting 3 dice like that each, so that is going to be phase B. Phase C is we're going to be activating the dice. We're going to go from top to bottom, and we're going to go from left to right. So the first one's going to be from low to high, the other one's going to be from high to low. And we're going to get, I'll briefly explain what each section does. So this section allows you to take one of these tiles and basically get an action or an ability that's going to last for the 1 round. For the upper, middle, and lower city, you're going to be able to buy these cards here. And the way this works is, let's say I had a 4, and I place this one here. When it's my turn, I can buy any of these cards, and because I'm going to be the person that's furthest on the left, I get to go first. Unfortunately, I have to pay 4 resources. And each card at the top left, I'll show you kind of these 2 up here, you'll see that one has like a little shield and one's got a coin on it. So if I wanted to buy this card here, it's going to cost me 4 shields. If I want to buy this card here, it's going to cost me 4 coins. Our coins and shields, are technically they're guards, are tracked on our boards here. So we can never have more than 20 on our board. So when I buy it, I'm going to be looking at the number on the left side here, and it's going to give me a track. Those track represents these 4 tracks here. So since this is a orange card and it shows me the little money bags on it, it shows 3. I'd move my marker up 1, 2, 3 spaces. The bottom of the cards are going to be one of 3 different things. They're either going to be an instantaneous action, or an action you're going to be taking during the round, and they'll either say C or E on them, or they're going to be end of game scoring. So for example, this card here has an E on it, which means during phase E, the action of this is going to trigger. The ones here at the exclamation point are going to be end of game triggers, and these lightning bolts will be, you're going to do it as soon as you take the card. So we're going to go again from top to bottom, take one of these, and we'll evaluate each row. The die furthest left gets to go first, so I would take this off, put it on my player board, and then when we run into these kind of pre-printed, not pre-printed, they're for 2 players, we put these here, we will take the highest card that has the highest influence. So we're going to be, again, we're going to be looking at these numbers on the left-hand side, figuring out which one is the highest. Whichever one is highest, we'll take it. If there's a tie, we'll take the one that's furthest to the left of that. Evaluate all three of them, which is phase C. Phase D is we're going to be looking at how many crowns we have. So you notice that we've kind of placed a couple of these tokens here. We're going to add up all those crowns. Who's ever in second place is going to get an automatic crown, plus all these. Who's ever has the most crowns is going to be now first player. We're then going to be evaluating in phase E, we're going to be evaluating these. Whichever colored dice that you take during phase B, which is going to be the drafting of the dice, you're going to be getting the income for those particular rows here. So if I took, let's say, these 3 dice here, I have an orange, I have a green, and I have a purple. When it's my turn to get income, I'm going to be taking what's ever in the orange column, which is money, the green column, which is victory points, and the purple column, which is moving my missionary, monk?
Maybe monk.
I think it's monk because they're going to the monasteries. So that's going to be phase E, basically activating the 3 dice and determining which resources you're going to be getting. The white die can be used as any of them. So if I took a white die, I can either activate gray, orange, purple, or green. So that is phase E, getting income. Phase F is investing in voyages. You can only invest in 1 voyage per round. It's only 4 rounds. So if you miss out on 1, you're kind of limiting. And these are going to be end of game scoring. They're kind of different ways to do end of game. So I've mentioned here and here and the income boards, but I haven't mentioned the central part, which is a connection of monasteries in Coimbra. We both have a monk. The monk is going to start in Coimbra, and they're going to hopefully be visiting these monasteries. That's what this purple column is, and that's what this little figure is. It kind of shows you the monk, and it has a number on it. That's how many movements you're allowed to do. For each movement that you're allowed to do, you're going to go to the next circle. So the first movement, if I'm start at this corner here, is either going to be that circle or that circle. So that would be 1 movement. Second movement could be onto the monastery. Third movement could be, let's say, onto these are called stopovers. Whenever you pass through a monastery, I'm going to be taking one of my discs and placing it here. And again, they're going to have the same type of thing as the cards. They're either going to be an instant action, like this one here. And this one says, for every crown I currently have, I'm going to score 1 victory point. Or they're going to be more of abilities or end of game types of things. So if I look at the board, the only one that's not instant actually is this one here.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's going to show a diploma. So what are diplomas? Diplomas are going to come from these cards here. So if you notice this card here in particular, it has a gray diploma underneath the letter. This one's got a wild diploma on it. That one's got a wild. And that one's got a green, I think a green diploma on it. At the end of the game, for each set of 5 unique colored diplomas, you're going to be getting points. And that's going to be the maximum. You know, if you get 4, you get less points, 3, etc., down like that. So these wild ones will count as any color. So you want to have 5 different color diplomas. And for each set of that, you're going to be getting victory points. So what are you going to be getting victory points? How are you going to get your victory points in this game? So the first thing you're going to be doing is if you ever get income, so if you ever take a green die, you're going to be getting victory points through here. You're going to be getting victory points through some of these on the board, some of the monasteries. For example, this one here, I get for every crown I have, I get a victory point. You're also going to get victory points at the end of the game for the voyages. So again, you have to have, during phase F, you have to basically buy these things. And if you notice, there's a cost here and what you have to spend. So this one's going to cost me 8 coins. That one's going to cost me 5 guards. And they're going to have end of game different types of scoring. So that's going to be one main way to get scoring. The other way to get scoring is going to be through your position on these tracks here. These are going to be random that are done for each game, and they're going to show you. So who's ever the highest in the gray line is going to get 7 victory points. Who's ever the highest in the orange is going to get 9, then 11, then 13. That's just the way we randomly set these up. It's normally not, lowest to highest. Because we are playing 2 players, you'll notice that 7 victory points here, and for 2 players, it shows 3 victory points at the bottom. Someone's only going to get that is if they are within 3 positions of the person that's in first. So if Lella was up here, and my thing, let's say, ended up down here, Lella will get the 7 points. I don't get anything because I'm not close enough to her marker. If I was, let's say, here, then I would get those bottom victory points. So it's kind of a way, so I don't want, neither one of us wants the other person to be able to run away on one track. Yes, so there's going to be 4 different rounds. We have decks of cards here, so we've got the number 2s, which are out here. So we're going to have 2 rounds of two rounds of number 2s and 2 rounds of number 3s. And I think, oh, you're also going to get points at the end of the game for leftover resources. The way we're going to start is going to be in reverse player order. So Lella's going to go first, kind of for initial setup. She's going to have a choice. She can either place her monk on one of the corners of Coimbra, or she can take a set of cards here. And these are the level 1 cards. There's 8 level 1 cards in the game. You shuffle them up, and for 2 players, you deal out 2 sets of 2. So she's either going to take that or that, and she's going to get those cards right away and be able to adjust her tracks based on that. So either monk there or take one of the sets of cards. Then I'm going to do the same. Then she's going to take the other action. So if she places her monk first, then the second time she's going to do it, she's going to take one of the sets of cards. She takes the sets of cards first, and she's going to be placing her monk first. So you want to be kind of looking at which one of these do you want to go for? Because if I put my monk here, Lella can't start there. She's got to start in another quadrant. Or what's more important to her, I should say, where she starts here or the cards here. So just for this initial setup, I'll kind of go through what the cards do. So this card here, the purple card, it's going to give her 2 up on the purple track because of that there. And as a one-time instant action, she's going to get 1 guard, so she's going to be able to adjust her guard settings, and she's going to be able to move her monk 1 spot. This guy down here is going to give her 2 up on the green track, and it's going to give her 1 coin, but it's also going to give her one of the gray diplomas. So she either can take that set. The other set, the gray one, is going to move her 1 up on the gray track and has a C on it. So whenever in round C, which is the taking your things off, what does this one do? If she has this card, if she spends coins buying one of these things here, everything is going to cost her 1 less. So if she put a 5 here to buy the coin one in particular, so she can't use it on the shield, she can only use it on the coins, that would cost her 4 instead of the 5. And the bottom one here, again, she's going to move 1 up on the green track, and during phase C, if she takes an orange card, she's going to get whatever the orange card is, and she's going to get a bonus of 1 coin and 2 victory points.
Yoink!
Okay, now I know I'm going to get that, so I might want to go with placing my monk first. So I need to look here and figure out what the different ones are. So the ones that are kind of close around Coimbra, again, gives me a wild diploma, and both of us can put our markers here. It's not first come, first serve. We can both have that, so it's not really a race. This one here will move each one of my markers 1 step. Again, this one's going to be for the number of crowns, get the number of points for that. Move 3 up on the green, 3 up on the gray. So I think I might go. I think I'm going to go here on the top left of Coimbra. Hans is already voting for you. Oh, and I do want to say, last week we played Pioneer Day.
No, that was the week before. We played the library one.
The library one. Mystic Library. Athenium.
Yes.
Mystic Library. We went down to a tiebreaker. I won the tiebreaker. I do want to say that Lella technically won the game because I cheated when we were counting up. I gave myself an extra 2 points. So Hans, just go Graeme, go, because I lost last week.
But I think I kind of cheated in that game too, so it's okay. All right, I'm going to move up 1 here and 1 on the gray track. And then these go in my C.
Yeah. So we kind of have these little cut off, but our little player boards here have a room for any cards that have C, any E cards, any end of game cards, and then the instant action cards.
I don't think they can see these, can
they? They can just barely see them.
Okay.
Okay, so I've placed my monk here, so Lella's going to be placing her monk now.
Save it. I'm going to start here.
Okay, so I'm going to take these 2 cards as my other setting. So I get, for that one, I get 2 up on the purple track. I get 1 guard. I get to move my monk 1 spot. So I'm going to go here for my first action. So that's that card. Then this card here, 2 up on the green, and I got 1 coin. I'm going to place that there. Okay.
You roll.
So I'm going to be rolling. So how was everybody's week this week? Because I know it's been a long week. I'm really looking forward to time off at the end of the year. Okay, so since I am first player, I get to choose which die first. I'll quickly go through the castle bonuses. So you notice that some of these have crowns on the bottom, so that's another way to get crowns. This one here will allow you to, as soon as you take this, you can invest in one of the Voyages, and each time you invest this round, it's going to be a discount of 2. So instead of 8, it's only going to cost me 6. When we do it in round F, I can invest another time, and this -2 still comes into play. This one here, going to give me an instant 4 points, and I get this little thing. And as soon as I take it, I can place this on one of the dice I've already placed. This is going to increase the die value by 3 automatically. So, and then I would adjust my die. And when I buy a card, I have to pay the adjusted rate. So if I really, really, really wanted a card and I needed to, like, for example, jump Lella, or let's say I took this one here, I could then put that one on it, and that would make it a 4. So it would jump it up and base it up, but then I'd have to pay 4 coins or 4. This one here give me 2 points and allows me to move my monk 3 times. And then this one here is either going to be 7 points or 7 guards. And Thaddeus, yes, it is live. So if you have any questions, well, I will try to answer them live while trying to concentrate on the game. That's always my excuse for doing poorly in the game, is looking at the live chat. So I'm going to go first. And I think I am going to, I'm going to take the 2, and I'm going to go here.
I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to go here.
Ooh. So Lillian says she's working, it's gotten a little better because she used to work retail and church office, but now she's just working retail. How is retail right now?
That's scary.
I know we have, our niece works in retail and we're nervous about that.
Yep.
How are you finding it? Are people kind of following, people following the rules where you are? If I remember correctly, Lillian, you're in Toronto, aren't you? Downtown Toronto, if I remember correctly. Let's see, please shout out Abet Escobar from Philippines.
Woo-hoo.
See, it is live, Thaddeus.
I picked the 5.
You picked the 5, okay. So, I like getting end of game scoring. So I think I'm going to take the 3 purple. And again, because I took a 3 and there's already a 3 here, mine's going to go to the right. So that 3 is going to action first. Yeah, it's always you're kind of looking at what you want here, how much you're willing to pay, and the dice that you take getting income here. So if I took, let's say, all green and purple dice, I'm not going to get any income.
Let me rethink that.
So Lillian was downtown. We had the web presence. Yeah, I'm an IT person. That's kind of what my job is. So I'm very happy to see the increase of the web presence, because I live just north of Toronto, just on basically just above the border, and the web presence from places downtown has made shopping local, which is what you want to do, easier. I mean, we don't have where I live, it's suburbia, so you have all the big box stores. You don't have a lot of the kind of boutique stuff you have downtown. So I'm glad that it's kind of had those people come online, so I can purchase stuff. See, for Hans, COVID's getting worse in the Netherlands. Yeah, we're doing the same thing.
Here.
It's
scary.
Our numbers are starting to climb up. Toronto's in lockdown. Where we are is going lockdown on Monday. They don't want anybody to have any Christmas parties or New Year's parties, so it's going to be a very different year this year. Lella wants a whole bunch there, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to go here. Yeah, David was saying this is one of his favorites, and the choice of dice affects multiple things. Yeah, it affects, the dice that you take affecting getting income is a very interesting aspect for it. So Thaddeus was saying in the Philippines it's getting back to normal. I'm glad to hear that.
So am I.
We were getting back to normal during the summer, but this last 2 or 3 months here, it's kind of taken off.
Yep.
Okay, so that is phase B. So we've drafted the dice. Now we're going to action the dice from top to bottom. So when did Lella sneak that one in there? So Lella gets to choose first. We go from low to high. So Thaddeus is asking if it's hard to play this game. It's maybe a bit daunting to start because there are a lot of things going on, but I like that it's kind of set up. You do A through F. You kind of go through each phase. You go through for it 4 times. And, first time you're going to play it, it's going to take a round or two to kind of see what you're doing here, how that affects here, and the end of game scoring. I know when I first started playing this, I quite often ignore the end of game scoring, but you really can't do this. Okay, so Lella gets to choose which one she wants first.
So I think I'm going to take this one.
See, that's one of my favorite. So she's going to get 2 points.
2 points. Oops.
You can move mine too. I'm happy with that.
That's fine. And then I get to move my monk 3 times. And I get a crown. So my monk is here. So I shall go 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so she's going to put her disc on the monastery which she just passed through, and she's going to instantly take that action, which is advancing on this track 3 spaces. So she's going to take her die off and put it on her player board. Now it's my choice. So I think I'm going to take this one here. So again, this one allows me to invest in one of the voyages right away. And every time I invest this round, I'm going to be able to get a discount of 2 coins or guards.
I like that one too.
Yeah, so I'm going to place this here. Now I have to look at what I'm going to need to spend going forward. Okay.
Do you get the discount now?
Yes.
Can you read out what those are? Because I can't.
Oh, sure. So the end of game scoring. So we have Calicut, which is you're going to be adding your resources together and the number of crowns you get in the last round, and divide that by 2. You're going to be getting that many victory points. Muscat, you're going to look at whichever one you have the lowest, and you're going to double that and get that many victory points. This one here, for every card above your 10th card that you've collected through the game, you're going to be getting 3 points. So your 11th card is going to be worth 3 points. Your 12th card is going to be worth 6 points. Each one. So if you have 11 cards, you're going to get 3 points. If you have 12 cards, it's going to be 6 points. This one here, Tangier, is going to be 2 points for every disc you have on one of these voyages, including this card itself. This one here is going to be the gray and these 2 tracks here. You're going to add the 2 numbers together wherever your discs are, and you're going to divide by 2. You're going to get that many victory points. And this one here is going to be for every level 1 monastery. So these kind of blue ones in the middle, you're going to be getting 1 point for that at the end of the game. Okay, so I took this one. I'll take my die back. I can now invest in one of these. And I think I'm going to invest in, I need 3 coins there. And I need 4. ghost shields there. So I can spend either one. So I'm going to invest in... yeah, I'm going to invest in this one here. I'm going to place my disc here, and it's going to cost me, instead of 8, it's only going to cost me 6. No, that's, I can't afford that. What am I thinking? I'm going to go for this one. So it's going to cost me 4 coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay, so now we do this row. So this 3 takes precedence. We take the highest ones. We have 3 that are 3. We take the leftmost one, and this is going to be discarded. So for this die here, I'm going to be spending 3 coins. I want this one. So 1, 2, 3 coins. And I take this card, and I get these crowns. This card is going to be end of game scoring. So this end of game scoring says basically I want to concentrate on moving up on this one here. So I'm going to put that in my end of game scoring thing here and take this die back. The rest of these cards get flushed. No one took them, and we put those up there.
Okay, I'm going to take this one here. So it cost me 5, but it says that because of my C card, I get a discount of 1. So it'll cost me 4 coins. And it's end of game scoring. So I'll get a point for each level 1.
No, it's influence, level 1 and 2. It's these, for every card that she's got that's a level 1 or level 2 influence.
Right. Sorry, wrong thing. Oh, oh well, it's okay. Okay.
Okay, so Lella takes her die back. So the 4 activates, the highest, so that one goes away because it's the highest, it's got the 3 on it. So Lella gets to take another card.
I will take this one here.
So what is Darwin's Journey, Hans? We played on the Origin of Species a couple weeks ago.
So I get a discount of 1, so it costs me 3, which leaves me with no money. But I get a coin back, and 2 points. And this one is an instant, so I get 2 up in the card.
Do you know what we forgot to be doing?
What?
Whenever you buy these cards, you actually get to increase
yes! Can you move me up 3? I'll do it. 1, 2, 3. In green. Forgot to do that. So I get 2. I did that, didn't I? Yes. And I moved my guy twice. So I'm going to go here. 1.
Yeah. Hi, Corlu.
1, 2.
Tomorrow's going to be our shopping day. We have to go get some food.
Yes.
So David's been to Toronto once.
Nice.
He went to Ed's.
Honest Ed's is gone now.
Well, the restaurant.
The restaurant.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that's connected with Mervish.
Ah, okay.
Hopefully, did you see a show when you were there? Because that would have been right close to the theater district. Okay, so that card gets discarded. We evaluate here, so we have the 5. So there's 2 2s here. So the leftmost one goes away. I should have looked at that because that's technically the one I wanted to buy. So this one says in phase E, I can spend 2 coins to get 1 victory point, and I can do that as many times as I want. Move my guy twice, or if I have no purple in phase...
I didn't read that. Read that.
If I have no purple dice during phase E, the income phase, I get to move my guy twice. Now, I could buy that. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy this one.
You have purple.
I have purple in this round. But if I don't have purple in subsequent rounds, I'll do that. So I'm going to take this one. So I get 1 up on the purple track, and I have an E phase 1. So just tuck that in there for E and take this one back. And we discard these cards. So that was round C.
I didn't go up 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I did that 3, so I should be up here.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to pay attention, Graeme.
Yes, I know. So now we do phase D, which is evaluating how many crowns we have. Well, I'm pretty sure I have the most. I've got 7 crowns in total.
Oh, okay. I've got 4. I've got 3 here, and then 1 for being in second place. So I guess.
So I will. I'll stay in first place. Being in first place isn't so much important for the income as much, but especially in a two-player game, but I want to be able to choose the dice first. Okay, so then we go through E, which is going to be the income phase. Since I'm first player, I will evaluate my income first. And you can do these in whatever order you want, because sometimes maybe you want to move your monk. If you have a purple die, you want to move your monk first, which is what I want to do. So I'm going to activate my purple one first. I look here. I get to move my monk twice. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So this one says I get to move each of my ones up 1. So, oops. I go 1, 1, 1, and oops, and 1. So then I'm going to activate my gray one. So gray one says I get 3 guards, and I'm going to activate my money one, which gets me 3 coins. So up to there. So that is my dice done. So Lella will now do the same thing.
Okay, so I'll activate my orange first. That gives me 5 coins, which is good because I'm starving. I'll do my green next, which means I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to decide what I'm going to do with. I think I will use it as a purple die, which means I can move my monk. So I shall move my monk up here for 1.
Oh, see, Hans has got me intrigued now because I like this set of Italian designers. There's 3 or 4 of them that are all kind of. He was saying this new Darwin's Journey is done by Simeon Luciani, who did Zolkin, Grand Austria Hotel, which we played before, Marco Polo, and Barrage, and Nestor Mangone, who did Newton. So you really have me intrigued by that. Okay, so Lella is resetting it. We are putting these things back. And so these, I didn't talk about these during the setup. What you do is you start from top to bottom and then from right to left, putting these on the first occurrence of that color. So we're going to place that one there and that one there. So Lella's already done the orange ones. Okay.
Now you roll.
Now I'm going to roll. So this is going to be round 2. I need a good place to roll. Maybe I'll roll them down here. And then I'll move them onto the board here just so people can see them. So
oh wait, we didn't do purchasing at the end.
Oh yes, we forgot that. We forgot phase F. We did phase E, but we got to do phase F. So phase F again is going to be investing in one of these, and again I get to go first. Not that it makes much difference because I had the discount. My discount still holds, so I'm going to go for Brazil. I'm going to pay 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to place one of my discs here.
I think I will purchase this one. Okay. So for 7.
So again, this one, Lella will want to concentrate on the gray and the orange ones because she'll add the 2 numbers together and then divide by 2 to get many points. Okay, so I get to go first. I don't have a lot of money. Oh, I should also say, if you ever decide not to take the action of your die, so let's say I draft a die and place it here, but when it comes my turn, I either choose not to or can't buy anybody, I can always just put the die back on my player board and I'll get 2 coins and 2 guards for any one of these sections here. I don't have a lot of money. So I think I'm going to take the 3 gray and place it there. Yeah. And you can have multiple dice in the same section, so I could place another die here. There's no problem with that, just as long as it's in the proper numerical order. There's an awful lot of high dice left with very little money. So I think I'm going to take the 4. I think I'm going to go here. So I have a question, because there's a no frills close to us, and Lillian was saying that she. What are you doing?
I just put it there.
Why?
Because it's my turn.
Lillian said she does online shopping at No Frills and just does a quick in and out. So there's No Frills next to us. I always go into my local No Frills. How do you find that? Because that's the express pickup, right? The I don't know whether everybody has these, but the local grocery store for where I am, you kind of walk in the front door and there's a whole line of fridges. And I'm assuming that they put all your groceries in there, and then when you go pick it up, I'm not sure that they bring it out to you, or do you pick it up? But I've always kind of wondered of how well that works.
I think it works well. You can schedule your time and everything.
Okay, so I'm going to take the 5, and I'm going to go here.
Those are really big numbers.
Yeah, see, when this game is actually good to have a combination of high and low dice to pick from. Because having all high dice, yes, you get first choice of the cards, but it's expensive. Okay, so that was phase B. So now we're going to go through phase C and again evaluate from top to bottom, left to right. Lella's going to go first because she's got that die there.
So I'm going to take this again. And Graeme is going to be angry with me.
Yeah.
So I get 2 points. I get to move my monk 3 times. So, oops, sorry, I touched my microphone, sorry. 1, 2, 3. So I get 1 victory point per crown, which
So
is 2.
Yes, because she's got 1 there and she's got 1 from her one that she took. Then,
and I get to move on 1 in each?
Yeah.
1. Okay.
I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and take this one.
Been
And
there.
I'm going to take 7. I think I'm going to take 7 guards to go to 12. Doesn't give me any crowns though.
Okay, so for here, I get a discount of 1. So I get to pay 3, and I'll be taking this guy.
Well, it's 3 if it's a coin.
Oh, poo! Oh,
Yeah,
I hope I didn't lose. I didn't
Those
cheat.
are guards.
No, I realize that. I don't. Okay, I haven't cheated. I just checked. Okay.
Let's see.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take this one. I shall take this one, which is a cost of 3 coins. And I go up 3 on the coin track.
Lella's running away with those coins.
And what does this one mean again?
You can take another one of these and use it right away.
Oh.
This is just as if you normally took it.
Oh, I'll take the discounty.
Yeah. So Lella took the one I had last round, so she can immediately invest in a Voyage
I don't know.
at a discount of 2.
I don't know if I would do it immediately. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Well, let's see. Discount of 2. I guess I'll purchase that for 3.
3. Yes, they're saying that this is an expensive round. Yeah, with all these dice, it is an expensive round. And Lillian was saying that she started using when she was feeling under the weather and her roommate couldn't go for her the pickup. Have you ever tried the many moons ago when it first arrived? We used to do Grocery Gateway.
Yeah.
We actually did Grocery Gateway, which is with food delivery. You ordered online, delivered directly to your house. We did that for our very first Christmas in this house, and not that they forgot the turkey. We didn't get the turkey until like the morning.
No, it was the ham.
Or the ham until like Christmas Day. I think we got a discount or we got it for free or
Oh,
something
that was
like that.
amazing. I was really impressed with them.
So the 3 takes, so we look at the highest one, which is this one. That one disappears. Now it's my turn. I'm going to buy this one for 3. So 1, 2, 3. I move 1 up on this track, and this one says, during phase E, I will automatically be able to move one of my things 1 spot, and I get 1 shield back. I get 1 shield during phase E. I'm going to put that under there and take that one back. And this card goes away. No one took the crowns. Okay, so we come down to here. We evaluate the highest one. There's 3 of them. This is the leftmost. That one goes away. For my 4, I think I'm going to spend 4 shields on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I always call them shields. They're guards. I get to move 2 up on this. Oh, did I move up 1 here?
I don't think so.
And this one, I move up 2 more. 1, 2. And I get an instant thing of 4 coins. Okay, so that one goes away. These cards, no one took that one.
So
evaluate the 5, which means this one goes away.
I did a little miscalculation, and I can't afford anything. So I'm going to take
so
2 coins.
Instead of buying one of these people, she's going to take 2 coins and 2 shields. Okay, so those cards go away. So that is phase C. So now we do phase D, which is the person with the most crowns. I've got a total of 0 crowns.
Really?
Yeah, because the one I took didn't have.
Oh, I have a lot more than you. Yeah. I've got 7.
So Lella's going to go first.
I guess I'll keep that as my little, not that I can afford anything, but anyway.
Yeah, technically you keep them because for things like this, you could get points for it.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I get to action my die. Oh, I can get some guards. All right, I'll get some guards.
So she gets 3 guards.
3. I might be able to afford something after all. And my purple allows me to move my monk twice. So I should.
Monk.
Yes, sorry. I have played this before. We'll go 1, 2. And my green gives me 4 victory points.
Yeah. And this is, of course, if she had any E cards, she can evaluate them now. So for my E phase, I've got this card here, which says I can move one of my things 1 spot. So I'm going to move that up. And I get 1 guard. And this one says if I have no purple dice that I've taken, I can move. I have 2 movement points. So I'm actually going to come out and start going after the large ones for 2 steps. Then I can evaluate my 3 dice. So evaluate that one for coins. I get 5 coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gray for 3. 1, 2, 3. And white, I can do it whichever one I want. So I think I'm going to evaluate my purple. I want to do the purple. You know what? No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to evaluate my purple. I'm going to evaluate with the white die. I'm going to evaluate my gray again and go 1, 2, 3. I want resources. So
Phase F.
at phase F, investing here, again, Lella still gets the discount, and she gets to invest first.
I think I will go for the last one there.
So it's going to cost you 6. Invest in this one. And I'm going to invest in Cabo Verde for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we're on round, well, we're going into phase 3 of 4. So we're kind of getting down, oops, getting down there. So Coimbra was saying that this she's about 10 minutes behind, but she thinks the game looks interesting, and you know what? It really is a fun game. When we play this 2 players not on stream, which kind of slows us down a bit, we're done in 40-45 minutes. Sorry. But with definitely more players, the fighting over the dice and fighting over here is a lot funner, a lot more fun. And when you're playing with completely 4 players, these markers go away. You're just dealing with the dice.
Okay, I have no money.
So she's asking Coimbra, as I was saying that, she was asking how well it plays at a higher player count. We have played this at 3, and we've also played it at 4. I find it works well at all player counts. Definitely, I find this side becomes a lot more cutthroat because the number of cards don't increase. There's always going to be these 12 cards here. You're going to be rolling more dice. And the interesting thing is you notice that there are 2 orange and 2 gray dice, but only 1 green and 1 purple. If you play with 4 players, there's the same number of dice for each color. So in 2 players, these are going to get you resources. So getting the points or moving up on or activating your monk is less likely you're going to be doing it, which is why Lella and I keep going after this one. At 4 players, it's kind of an equal opportunity for everything to happen. So at 4 players, I quite like it at 4 players. Now what am I going to do? Having low numbers is not that great either. So I think I'm going to take an orange die. And I think I'm going to go here. Hans says the best thing to come out of Canada is Rush. Yeah, it's a lot of people saying in the chat they like the look of this, but they haven't played it yet. This game is, I think, 3 years old now. 2017, I want to say. 2016 or 2017. So it's a couple years old. If you get a chance, I would highly recommend, if not picking it up, if cons ever open up and you're able to go to a con, definitely give it a shot. It is a lot of fun.
Man, I'm hurting. I have no money.
Yeah.
I have no money and no guards. I'm defenseless. Okay, that's on coins. And that's orange.
Yeah, now it's time to really think of when you get low on resources. Can you get resources from taking a card? For example, this card here. The bonus is you get to activate and get the income from here. So these are the level 2 cards. So they're a bit more focused, but the level 3 cards. They're a bit more focused, but a bit more powerful. The unfortunate thing is because it came out here, unless Lella places a die here, it's going to go away because it is a level 4, so it's the highest one, so that's going to be discarded because of that die there.
Yep. What is this one?
So this one here, when you take it, you automatically get 4 guards, and you can invest in one of the guard voyages.
No, that's not worth it. I already got them.
Yeah, you've already got all 3 of them.
Oh, this is terrible.
I'm trying to think, have we ever seen Rush live?
I have.
Have you?
Yes, we have. Sarstock.
Oh, yes, many years ago, when we had SARS stock here.
When SARS hit Toronto in 2003, they had this massive fundraiser, and oh God, everybody was there. It was Rush was one of the big headliners.
The Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones were the big headliner there,
and a bunch of other Canadian acts.
Oh, and was it Justin Timberlake?
Poor Justin Timberlake. Everyone was slaughtering him, but hey, man.
Yeah, he came out to support us. He came out
to support, so, you know, whether you like his music or not. Anyway, it was cool.
Yeah. Okay, 4, 6.
And now we have another corner one of ours.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
I'm going to go here.
Oh, you money bags.
Yeah, it's Lella's definitely hurting for money. So Hans says progressive rock or the dinosaurs of rock.
Yes. I like alt music, alternative. That's what I like. Graham's tastes are.
Yes, my tastes do not go into the rock genre.
No.
I'm a child of the late 80s and early 90s, so my music is the electronic. That has always been my favorite. The less lyrics, the better for me.
It's your turn.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go. I need to be moving up on that track. So I'm going to take this die. And here. Okay, so that's the one I want. That one's going to go away. It's going to leave those 2. I'm going to spend 2. Yeah, I'm going to go there.
All right then.
Okay, so Lella gets.
Oh, sorry, I keep whacking the mic.
Things across the
apologize.
top.
So either go for 2 points, or I've gotta go.
I thought for sure you're going to get the resources.
I was. Actually, you know what? Let's think about that. No, I got the money. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna live crazy. Okay, and I get to move my monk 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So, whoops. A shield, which will be at the end of the game. So I get 1 guard. Yes.
1 coin.
1 coin. Woohoo!
And 2 points.
Woohoo!
Okay, right. So Lella's going to take her die.
Yes, I am. I always forget.
The 3 evaluates first, so that one goes away because it's the highest one. So I get the choice of those 3. And I'm going to take this one for 3 coins. So 1, 2, 3. I get those crowns. I get to move 2 up on this track. 1, 2. I get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I get to invest on one of the shield voyages. I've already done these 2, so this is the only one I have. So I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and invest in there. Okay, take my die back. These go away.
So
4 activates, which is going to be that one. 3 activates, which is going to be that one.
So I got a chance. Let me see.
See, Corley was asking if anybody's actually been to Coimbra.
I've never been to Portugal.
Yeah, never been to Portugal. I've been most other places in Western Europe, but not Spain or Portugal. Kind of.
I've been to Spain.
Yeah, Lella's been to Spain, but neither one of us has been to Portugal.
It's supposed to be gorgeous.
Yeah. Now my parents are, well, my mum's English, my dad's Scottish. So I've been to Scotland and England. I've been to Ireland, France, Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, Austria, Italy, where Lella's family is from Italy. Switzerland.
Do I get an instant point for these?
Yes, for anything you have on the board, you're going to get 1 point.
And this one's better. Okay, so that cost me 3, but it's a coin, so 2. Aha. 2, and that doesn't kick in, but I go up 1 on the green, and I get a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that goes away.
Okay, so I get to pick first, and I want this one here. So this one cost me 6 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get to move 4 up on this track. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the instant says I can basically get income from that row. So I'm going to get 5 points. I get my first points. Woohoo! So that die comes back. The 5 activates, which gets rid of this one. And then my 2 here. So I'm going to spend 2 on this one here. So I'm going to spend 2 shields. 1, 2. 2 up on this track. 1, 2. I get 2 points. I can activate my monk twice. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And this one here says for every purple card I have, I'm going to get 2 points. I have 2 purple cards. So it's going to be worth 4 points. Let's see.
So I get this for 1, right?
Yes, that one comes back.
1 coin. Boop. So I go up 2 on the purple track.
I don't know whether the official name of SARS was COVID-18.
Nope, wasn't. And I get to move my monk once.
You haven't been into the Eastern European countries. The closest we got to Sweden and Finland was actually going up to Denmark and standing on the seaside. And you could see Sweden. You could see Sweden across the water.
So much more travel to do. I'm going to go down here.
Lella's company is in headquarters in the south of France, so we've been there a couple times. Again, Lella's family's from Italy, so we've been there a couple times. My family's from England, Scotland, so we've been there a couple times, but just kind of once through the kind of main part of Central Europe. And we both really enjoyed, well, I really enjoyed Austria. I really enjoyed my time in Austria. Okay, so that is phase C. So now we do phase D, looking at the number of crowns that we have. Who's ever got the most? So I've got 2 here and 1 there, so I have 3 crowns.
I have 3 crowns. What happens with the tie?
I believe you keep it. Let me just double check. In case of a tie, the relative player order among the players is reversed. So I become first player.
All right.
Okay, so now we do phase E, which is income. So I definitely want to get coins and my guards. So I'll get 3. Was on 1 or 2? I think it was on 2. 1, 2, 3. And coins, I get 7 coins. 1 to 11. And for this one, for that one, I think I'm going to take it as purple. And I'm going to move 3 times. So 1, 2, hold on for a second. Because I can raise up one of mine by 1. So I'm going to raise that up. I got 1 shield for that. And I'm still going to take that as a purple, so I'm still going to move it 3 times, but this one also says if I have no purple dice, which I do not, I can move it additional 2 times. So I can move it up to a total of 5 times. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get 1, 2, 3, and then move 3 up on here to go 1, 2, 3. And what I should have done is that in the reverse order. Should have gone here first to increase that, then taken that. But oh well.
Put your discs.
Yes, need to put my discs there.
Okay.
So I'm just being through here and here.
Gray gives me 3 shields. 1, 2, 3. Purple allows me to move twice. Oh, I should have did that differently. Oh well. 1,
Yes, yeah. I do want to go to Finland and Sweden.
2. So I get this guy.
That was one of my.
1, 2, 3.
I would also really love to go to Iceland.
I'd like to go to Iceland.
We'd actually contemplated that about a year or so ago, going to Iceland because they're quite a good deals to go from Canada, east coast of Canada where we live, out to Iceland and kind of spend a week there. But with our son in school at the time, it was difficult to kind of swing that.
Okay. And now we purchase.
Yes, go to F, which is purchasing here. So I get to choose first. Again, I'm not sure whether it really matters. Is that worth 8 coins? I've got 12 coins to spend. How many cards I got? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 with one more round to go. So that's doable. Where's that going to be worth more to me? Okay, I will spend the 8 coins and place a disc here.
What does that one give you?
This is you add your crowns plus these 2 total divided by 2, you get that many victory points.
Right. Okay. So the final round.
Are you going to invest in anything?
I need funds. Oh wait, it's money. I was thinking it was shields. Haha! Stop the presses. Okay, I am going to invest. This is the one where you.
So this is you take your lowest marker and whatever the number is, you double it and get that many victory points.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. That cost me 6. Boop. Okay. All right. Now it's the last round. 1, 2.
See, so Coraloo's been in Ireland for 10 days.
Cool.
With just a carry-on bag. That's normally how I travel, actually, with just a carry-on. Hans says he's never been to U.S. and Canada, but it's high on his list. I guess living here, we don't see it as that spectacular.
Oh, it is though.
But yeah, you know what? In both Canada and the U.S., as you travel across the country, because they're both so massive, there's so much to see.
There is. It's beautiful.
Even if you just like wildlife or nature, there's so much of it here.
But even the cities are.
Yeah, the cities are interesting as well. I mean, I love the old architecture from Europe, but our nice modern cities here, the nice wide streets for our large cars. Okay, move these over here. So this is the last round that we're going to be going through.
Oh, good, it's cheap.
Yeah. Do that. Yeah, I was out in, I've driven from Calgary up to Jasper, did that in a day. And the ice highway had just opened up. I was the only car that I saw in almost 10 hours. It was a little scary. But it was out there for work many years ago. So I arrived on Saturday, Sunday morning up to Jasper, stopped off at Banff. And that was a long drive, but I really enjoyed it. And of course I was teaching, training, I should say, the next morning. Been to Vancouver once, Arrived at night, it was raining, left the next night, still raining, so I didn't see very much. Got driven in a car with rain, so Vancouver wasn't that interesting. A lot of 2s here.
Vancouver was gorgeous. I've been to Vancouver. It's beautiful.
Okay, I want to get... So, ooh, that's going to be expensive. But I think I'm going to take that and go here. Yeah, you know what? The Lops was saying the national park system in the U.S. is an impressive. I've never been, but yeah, there's a lot of national parks in the U.S. I'd like to go to. And Rob the Easterling wants to know why the Canadian flag on the intro image. We're from Canada, so
Yeah.
When the dice meeple was drawn for me, I have 2 versions of it. One I'm just kind of holding an orange meeple, the other one with the flag. I've just been using the flag one for the last little while, but I might change it up. So my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Take the white die. Oops. So all the cards there are going to be bought. Could be that one left. I'll go down here. Yes, Corley was saying it basically rains most of the time in Vancouver. That's what I've heard. My friend now lives down in Portland. He says Portland rains an awful lot too.
West Coast.
Corley says I was thinking of changing my little dice meeple to use the other one because I have 2 of them. It's to keep the Canadian flag so she knows which one's, at a quick glance, which one's mine.
Jeez, I don't know what to do.
Let's see, we were in Ireland.
Oh, gosh.
So Lillian was saying that she went in September and hardly rained. We were in Ireland in May. It was cold.
It was chilly.
But it didn't rain. We were only there a couple of days. We took the train down to Cork and actually took the ferry from Cork to Cherbourg, France. The sea at that time of year on that boat was brutal.
I was dying.
Lella gets seasick. I'm fine on ships, but I was trying to get her a ginger ale to, the old wives' tale of having ginger ale help your stomach when you're feeling sick. And I was walking in a boat and kind of going this way and then going that way, kind of holding myself on the door. There's no one else in the hallways because everybody else is kind of in their room. And because it was an overnight ferry, you were laying in bed and your head would hit the top of the bed, and then you'd be kind of thrown down to the bottom of the bed with your feet whirring back and forth. It was like that for a good long time. Okay, so now we are going to evaluate from top to bottom. So I get to go first. I am going to take this one for once.
Do you feel better now?
I do. I get 2 points. I can move my monk 3 times. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Go up here, and I get 3 on the green track. So 1, 2, 3. Now Lella gets to pick one. See, I was in Scotland for 2 weeks in April. Never rained. It was beautiful weather. We were driving through northern Scotland, through the moors, through the Highlands, and they were doing some road construction. It was a 1 lane each way, so they closed off the direction we were going. We had to stop the car. So I got out of the car and just started walking across the moors. It was absolutely beautiful.
All right, I'm going to take this as coins. Okay.
Ooh. Okay, Leland, you have us beat there. 36 hours on our cargo ship to go from Fukuoka, Japan to Naha, Nakanawa. 36 hours on a cargo ship taking passengers. I'm not so sure I'd want to do that. I'll leave that one up to you, Lillian.
That sounds like absolute hell to me. Oh.
I guess the cruise that we took doesn't count as a rough ride.
Well, it was actually for me sometimes.
Yeah. Again, I don't. Luckily, I'm reasonably okay on the sea. I don't get seasick. Okay, so we value this row. I think I want this one here. I want that. Actually, I want this one here. So I'm going to spend 6 shields. Come down to here. I get 3 up on this track. 1, 2, 3. I get 2 coins. 1, 2, and I get to move my monk 3 times as an action. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I get to put my marker there, and I get 3 up on the gray track. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Let's see. So Coraloo spent 36 hours in flights and airports to get to Finland. I went to India several years ago, and that was...
Took 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. And it was almost, I want to say 20 hours in the air. Because I flew from here to England, had a stopover a couple hours in England, and they kept on wanting me to fill out the paperwork to arrive in England. And I kept on saying, because I was about the only Caucasian on the plane, that, are you sure you're continuing on to India? It's like, yes, I'm going to India. Trust me, I'm going to India. But you know what? The best food on a flight I've ever had was on Air India.
Yeah, me too.
They constantly feeding you free drinks.
It was
Free
very
food.
nice, actually.
It kept on giving you more food. It was, and I love Indian food anyway, but it was just fantastic.
Okay, so I took away the 2 cards, which means I can get this one for 2 shields. Which means I get 2 up in the gray track. Was that in 5?
Yeah.
2. And each player whose disc is behind yours on the gray. Oh.
Sorry.
Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Okay. Well, that was a bit of disappointment.
Okay, so we evaluate the 4. So those 2 are the highest. So that one goes away because of the 4. That one goes away because of the 3. And Lella gets her choice for the last 2.
So either 2 coins or 2 shields. And this gives me...
So at the end of the game, Lella's going to score 5 points for each set of 4 different colors that she has. And this one is going to give her a one-time thing for every orange card that she has, including this one. She's going to get 1 point and 1 coin.
I'm not doing too good. Neither of them are great. But if I buy this one... No, if I buy this one, actually, I get a discount.
Yeah, I'd hear you, Coraloo. I had... I think I told you the story that we were going on a cruise this year in March.
Yep.
I probably mentioned that on a previous stream. So we were supposed to go for a cruise in March. We were supposed to leave port on March 13th, the day of the lockdown. So we arrived on Friday, midnight, like 11 p.m., something like that. We were back on the plane back to Toronto early next morning. So that was our first and only vacation of the year. But I had that booked. My trip to Gen Con booked. Sorry, not Gen Con. Gateway to the Geekway to the West and Origins. And I was contemplating going down to Dice Tower Con. And we were supposed to have friends up from the U.S. To go up to Collingwood, which is a place just north of us, a little skiing area. Needless to say, not a lot has happened this year for travel.
No.
Okay, so we'll come down here. 5 gets rid of the leftmost highest one, which is that one. And for 2, that's not going to do me any good. I could do that, or I could do this. Which one do I want more? If I take that, I can invest in one of these automatically. Do I need to invest in this line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 points for that. Probably not best. This one here I can give up. I do not have 5 to spend, so I can't do that one. So I guess I'll be doing this one. So I'm going to spend 2 coins, 2 to take this one, which moves me 3 up on this track. 1, 2, 3. I get 4 points, and I get 2 shields, 2 guards. And I take this back. Okay, so we do D, number of crowns. Lella's got the number of crowns.
I've got 5.
Yeah, I've only got the 1.
Oh, bloop. So I go first. So I'm going to do action my purple first, which allows me to move 2. So I'll go 1, 2. Put my disc here, and makes me move forward 3 on the green track. So then I will action my green and get 5.
Points.
And then I will action my orange, which gives me 7. I've never been so rich.
Okay, so I'm going to action my. I'm going to go down here. So I'm going to take 1 on any track I want. So I've done that. I'm going to take it here, and I get 1 shield for that card. If I don't have any purple, which I don't have any purple, I can move twice. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So place one of my markers there. So it gives me 1 shield, 1 coin, and 2 points. Then for my dice, I will take that one to get 7 guards. Take that one to get 10 coins to 15 and 2 points. And then for this one here, I'm going to take. I'm going to take it as. No, it's not going to be enough. No, it's not going to be enough either. It's worth a point. 2 points, we can do that. Sorry, just trying to think through the mental math here to see where I want to go. It's worth 2 points. It's worth 3 points. Okay, so I'm going to take it as. It just makes sense. I'll just take it as green because that gives me 8 points. It's probably the most I can get right now. Okay.
Now we can purchase.
We can now invest. So we get one last chance to invest. Lella gets to go first. This one, for every card above 10, you get 3. For each card above 10, it's going to be worth 3 points.
Well,
3,
I don't know how.
6,
So
8, 9, 10, 11.
So spend 8 for the first one there.
The first one, and I'm not going to invest in the last one. Okay, so now we do end of game scoring. So the game is done. So now we're going to go through end of game scoring. So I always like to pull out the rule book. Let's see. Yeah, I hope you do come to Dice Tower. It may surprise you, but I'm actually an introvert as well. So doing these live streams is kind of different for me. But if you can get down to Dice Tower, I would highly recommend Dice Tower West, Dice Tower East. They're great places to meet people. And if you want to be by yourself, you can be by yourself. There's the great thing I like about Dice Tower. They've introduced this a couple of years ago. Is they have little stands. Other cons have this as well, that they have players wanted. So if you are uncomfortable just coming up to someone and say, hey, you want to play a game, you just look for the sign, see who's looking for players, and it's a lot easier to kind of meet people that way. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to evaluate the voyages. So we'll just kind of go left to right. So this one here, we're going to add how many shields we have left, or sorry, how many guards, how many coins, plus how many crowns, and divide that by 2 to get that many points. So I have 13 guards, 15 coins, and 1 shield. So
2.
18. Oh, 8. So I have 20 in total. So I get 10 points for that. This one here.
38. So I have 9 plus 3.
Okay, so that's that card done.
What about me?
I thought you just did yours.
I just did yours.
Oh, sorry.
9 plus 3 is 12. 6 little points.
Okay, so that's Calicut done. Then we do a Mascat, which is you look at your lowest value one and you double the points for that. So my lowest one is 7. So those are tied. So I will get 14 points for that. So 52. Lella's lowest one is 3, so she's going to get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one's done. Neither one of us had that one. This one here is you get 2 points for every voyage you have a marker on. We both have 5, so we both get 10 points for that. So 62 and 56. This one here, Cabo Verde, is you add up the values from that one and that one in particular and divide by 2. So I've got 7 plus, so again, I've got 20 there. So I get 10 points for that. Because we divide by 2, so that's 72. Lella's got 9 plus 7, so 16. So she gets 8 points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the last one is 2 points for every level 1 monastery you visited. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get 12 points. 4. And Lella's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she gets 14 points for that. So 78. I just want to double check. Sorry, I'm just having a look at the rules. I don't think there's. Yeah, okay, there's no limit to the voyage cards. Okay, so we've done the voyages. Now we evaluate these things. So again, we look at these, which again are randomized at the beginning of the game. So this one is worth 7. So whoever the highest gets 7. And if there's a tie, the player who's just got there first and therefore lowest in the stack is considered further up the track. So I believe I got here first. So I get 7 points and Lella gets 3 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lella gets 3. 1, 2, 3. So evaluate this one.
Oh my God, you've just killed me.
I get the highest one, so I get 9 points. I get 100.
I didn't even.
And because Lella's not within 3, she doesn't get any points for that one. I get 11 points for this one. So I want to move me up to 11.
Not really.
Lella's not within 3, so she just doesn't get any points there. I get 13 points for here. 24. Lella doesn't get any points because she's.
No, don't you get these? Oh no, that's for
when you're collecting.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had this happen before. If you don't make sure that you are following close to the people on this track on 2 players, it's a big swing of points. So you want to make sure that you're as close as possible to the other player. Then we go through our diplomas, which are again from your cards or from things like that. And you want to get sets of different colored ones. And there are 5 different color ones. So I'm just going to pull my cards out. Let's see how many I have. So that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and wild for 5. So that's a 12 points for that set. So 36. And then I've got a single one here. I think that's it. So a single one is worth 1 point. 1 point for that.
So I have blue, orange, whatever that color is, and the wild, so 4.
So 4 is 8 points.
And then a single orange for 1.
1 point. Okay, and then we look at your end of game scoring card. So I only have one, and this one says I look at the orange track. If I was able to get between 13 and 15, I get an additional 10 points. Lella's end of game scoring.
I have, if you have a set, then I get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's for each set? You get 5 points.
Yeah, I only have one though.
Oh, okay.
And then for every 1 and 2, I get a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is horrific.
Okay, and then we again you add up your coins, your guards, and your crowns again, and divide by 2. Basically, leftover resources. So I had 18, 20, so I get another 10 points. 57 because I had 18, 19, and then 20. And that is it.
Oh, I just want to hang my head in shame.
Yep. So it was 157 to 108. And I think the game was lost essentially here.
Yep. Because
I was able to get 33 points with Lella getting none. That, all here. So. Let's see. After last week's game, we had to question if the scoring is right. I will let people evaluate this game. I think we got all the scoring right.
Oh no, he won fair and square.
And it's funny that if you've playing on live stream is different than playing in person because everything's amplified if everybody's watching what you're doing. So it's an interesting play to play live. Hans says I'm a bad teacher. Thanks, Hans. That's right, because teachers are supposed to let the other person win, but this is not our first game. If this was the first game, I would normally let Lella win.
Oh, listen to that.
But we've played this a number of times. I think even this week, we always try and play the games a couple times before we live stream. I think this is the third time we played it this week.
I won the first time.
Yeah, she won the first one. The second one was very tight. This one
was annihilation.
Yeah, this one has not happened like this in a while. Yeah, sorry, Nick, you missed the stream. We're almost wrapping up now. We got talking of our Voyages. So I do want to let people know that the next one is we normally do every Friday. We've been trying to do every Friday for the last 3 months now.
Mm-hmm.
But because next week is the Dice Tower Winter Spectacular, I think it's called Winter Spectacular, Winter something. They're doing a whole bunch of live streaming during the week. I encourage you, if you like live streaming, there's going to be lots of top 10s from different people on the Dice Tower Network. They're going to be playing live games. I would highly encourage you to watch some of that if you can. But because of that, we will not be doing No Strings Attached next Friday. So we will be doing Concordia on Monday, December 21st. So hopefully you can join us for that. Like I said, I believe there's going to be absolutely no videos on the Dice Tower next Friday. They're doing 4 days of live streaming. They're taking Friday off. So we decided to push No Strings until Monday. So hopefully you can join us for that. But yeah, the Dice Tower Winter Spectacular looks impressive. I forget how many top 10s they're doing. Tom, Z, and Mike and Roy are going to be doing a couple, and I know Mandy and Suzanne are going to be on there doing a couple top 10s, and a couple people from Board Game Breakfast. I think Randy and Ellen are going to be doing a top 10. I decided not to do a top 10 for the Spectacular just because I have video reviews going up and doing the No Strings Attached. I figured people probably had enough of me by then. But again, so Concordia, it will probably be the last one until 2021. So hopefully you can join us for December 21st, 9 o'clock to play 9 o'clock Eastern time to play Concordia. Have a good chat before we all, hopefully some people will get time off during the Christmas break. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. Ooh, good question, Corley. What would our top 5 games that we've from 2020 or just that we've played in 2020? That's a good question. I haven't played my favorite game this year, which is Trajan. Oh, I've played a lot of games this year. I played a lot of bad games too. If you don't know, I get some games Tom sends me, and I guess it's one of the deals or benefits for being a reviewer for Tom. Every once in a while, he'll send me a box of games, and most of those games are pretty bad. So I guess you get the good, you get the bad. One of my favorite games this year was, I think it was called Wild Space. It's that short little game when you have the different animals, and it's a really fun card game. I really, really enjoyed that. I think I'm going to have to give that. You know what? We'll think about it. So when we do Concordia, we'll give you our top 5 games that we played in 2020. How about that? So on again the 21st Monday of December, we'll play Concordia, and we'll come up with our top 5 games that we've played in 2020. I'll also see if I can do a top 5 games of 2020 games I've played in 2020 as well. Lella hasn't played as many games as I have, so we'll try and give you both of those. So I think with that, we shall wrap it up. This one lasted about an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have the game sitting on your shelf you haven't played, unfortunately there's no solo mode in the box. I don't know whether there's something online. Hopefully you get a chance to play it. But yes, if sometime in the future when things open up and things are getting back to normal, if you get a chance to play this with anybody, 2 players works good. 4 players works just as good. It's a different game at 4 players, but still highly enjoyable. I would say give it a shot. So, yeah, you know what? I haven't played any of those actually yet. Corlu, New York Zoo with Uwe Rosenberg. Interested to try that one. Lost Runes. Hans saying it's 2021. It's out in my local store now, Hans. So it's very end of 2020 for ones. Do a bottom 100 or bottom 10 from 2020. I could probably do that with the amount of bad games I've played this year. So we'll see. We'll see how many different top 5s we can give you while playing Concordia. So anyway, that's going to wrap up the stream. Hope everybody enjoyed it, and hopefully to see you again Monday, December 21st, 9 o'clock for Concordia. Probably the last one for the year, and make sure you check out the Dice Tower Winter Spectacular that's happening next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye.